Good evening, I'm Dawn Stensland-Menti, and he is the original Italian stallion. He beat the unimaginable odds and became a Philadelphia sports legend. I'm talking about number 83, Philadelphia Eagles wide receiver Vince Papale. His rags to riches story is so incredible that it got noticed by Hollywood and even became a hit film, remember this, called Invincible, starring Mark Wahlberg. Here's a clip from the major motion picture about the life of Philadelphia's own Vince Papale.
In 1976,
to make this roster, you must throw away all fear.
A 30-year-old bartender.
Excuse me, my name is spelled wrong.
Nothing personal. But is it really gonna matter?
Who played only 1 year of high school football.
You ain't going nowhere!
Tried to become the NFL's most unlikely rookie.
How am I supposed to run all this?
You can't wear quarterback pads. You won't last a week wearing those.
Nothing personal. It's really gonna matter.
Inspired by the incredible true story.
To Vincent! You need to show me more than that, Polly?
You have a story, my friend.
One man is pursuing an entire city's dreams.
I love that movie. Today, Vince Papale is helping others go from invisible to invincible, traveling our country as a motivational speaker, teaching people how to live their dreams and become more successful. He's like me, can't talk without his hands. He's also the author of this book, Be Invincible, a playbook for reaching your full potential. And Papale's most cherished accomplishment, of course, his family, married 20 years to Janet Cantwell Papale, a former world-class gymnast. You'll meet her in a second. He's a devoted dad to two teenagers, 19-year-old Gabby and 16-year-old Vinny. Is that a gorgeous family or what? And Vince Papale joins me today. It's so good to have you here.
It's great to be here, Dawn. I was smiling, you know, I was pumping my fist because I saw that one scene in the trailer, that little boy number 83, that's our son Vinny.
Oh,
yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Proud moment for you.
Yeah.
I mean, what a fairy tale. You know, to go from a 30-year-old bartender and somebody in your life back in the day had said, you'll never make it anywhere, and here you are, invincible Vince Papale. I mean, is it luck? Because we're hearing in the, you know, you look at Time magazine or watch 60 Minutes recently, we got the CEO, Sheryl Sandberg of Facebook saying, oh, it's all luck. I mean, are you lucky?
No, I'm not buying luck. No, here's how it was lucky. I'm lucky that Dick Vermeil was the guy they chose to bring into Philadelphia in 1976. But it's all about opportunity, you know, so you have opportunities that avail you every day, and you've got to be prepared for them. In that particular case, I was prepared. And of course, you know, when I was 30 years old, school teacher at Interboro High School, Delaware County, working my master's degree coach, and I took this shot. Everybody, you can't do it, it never happened. You're 30 years old, it's never been done before, didn't play college football. And, but the thing is that I had a mentor. I had somebody who cared about me, my coach, George Corner, and he just says, you know, happy are those who dream dreams, and you got to pay the price. And it happened. But forget about luck. Luck is just things happening by design, and you got to make it happen.
And that's the thing when you say you got to make it happen. I mean, part of it for you was, and you say this in your book, that you believe in mentoring. I mean, that's something that you believe. Be a mentor if you've had a mentor, but that's something that you're a big proponent of.
Well, absolutely. You know, when I'm out speaking and I have a slide up, who's your hero? Who's that person? That one person. Somebody had an individual or a team of people in their life that enabled them to get to where they are right now, and I call that an invincible moment, a moment of truth or a decision that you made that was a monumental decision, that decision of oneness, you know, the combination of mind, body, and spirit, all those things. There's got to be that person. And in the same respect now, I have a certain responsibility with this movie, and also with Janet, as you'll find from her, that it's given us a tremendous platform to be a mentor, to be an advocate, to be a spokesperson, to help people, and to have somebody who's looked down and they said, you know what, people told me I couldn't do this, but they look and they say, like this little boy that had muscular dystrophy, says, they tell me I'll never walk again. He said, well, if Vince Papale can play for the Eagles, I can walk again. And there's an 8-year-old kid. And so it's about
got to make
that.
you feel great.
Oh my God, you kidding me? You say, how did I reach out? How did this happen? That this could get all the way down to an 8-year-old or to an 80-year-old. And that's the great thing about the movie too, Dawn, because it transcends all the generations.
Yeah, it's timeless.
Yeah.
You know, I think about, in particular, this economy right now. A lot of joblessness, a lot of hopelessness, and people who've lost their traditional union job, whatever, in the changing times of technology. I mean, the message that you and Janet have right now is great for the times.
Yeah.
But you specifically in your book, you tell people write things down. Take me through some of that, your techniques for saying to people, you can't just dream, you've got to do it.
Oh yeah, you know, and the key word you said, hopelessness, and this is what it's all about, and that's what our message is that people are looking for hope. And in order to get that there, and again, it's not luck that things happen. There are men and women out of job right now that overqualified, that just all of a sudden the economy just shrank away, and it's not because they can't work or they don't want to work, they're just not working, and they're victims. Is that luck? That's bad luck in their respect. So how do you do it? And the first and most important thing is you have to feel good about yourself. And you know, get your mind and body straight, have that synergy of oneness that we talk about, and get yourself in good shape, have a good diet, exercise, work out. But the other thing is, and Janet says, you know, you have to dream, and you know, and you can dream. It's just as easy to dream big as it is to dream small. So why not dream big? But you know, anybody can dream. But if you're not going to have if you're not going to what I call analyze, adapt, and achieve, if you're not going to be able to take a look at the situation, understand what it is, and then have your plan for it, and then make it happen, and get to the finish line and finish, it'll never happen. So you just have to get methodical in doing what you're doing and plan it out and be prepared for anything and everything, and that's the positive and the negative, but you have to be ready.
Got to have your game plan.
Yeah, you got to have, with audibles. You know, if you don't have your audibles, if you don't have your adjustments, your improvisations, forget about it, because if you're so rigid, you're just going to go straight down the line. It ain't going to happen, baby.
So when you talk about being ready now as a dad, you and Janet have two kids. You know, I think about, for my husband Larry and I, we say, you know, we want to be these perfect parents. And so I look at you, you're somebody who, you know, your mom had serious mental health issues.
Yes.
And you think, how do these kids nowadays, you know, come from a horrible situation, and then you have this amazing success? Where does that come from?
Well, again, because people cared about me back in the day. I had my mentor. And the way I look at it now with our children, Gabrielle and Vinny, I never want them, and probably I know I'm overindulgent. I mean, I'm the worst. But I don't ever want them to have to experience what I went through, and I know Janet's the same way in terms of what she had to go through in her past. And it wasn't so bad. Look, we got through it. And how'd we do it? And we're both successful in our own right, you know, academically, in the business world, and certainly athletically, because we got to the highest level that any one of us could have gotten in our respective sports. But with our kids, it's just about, you know, to us, I think it's more listening and enabling them and teaching them that this is the way to go, allowing them to make decisions, and if they make a mistake, guide them through it, and understand why they did what they did if it wasn't the correct thing, and then moving forward. But certainly don't want them to ever have to go through what I went through when I was a kid.
Yeah, absolutely. Stay right here, because when my conversation continues with football legend and Philadelphia legend Vince Papale, the woman who stole his heart and stuck by his side.